Om Shri Sai Ram, offering my most humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of my beloved Master, Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba. In this episode, I share my parents' first visit to Parthi and Brindavan and how Swami got us started in his mission. As mentioned in the previous episode, we had our first darshan of Swami in May of 1974. Around that time, my mother was going through cardiac issues, and later that very year, she suffered a mild heart attack and had to be operated upon immediately. Medical technology was still quite limited then, and she underwent a valvuloplasty, that is, the dilation of the mitral valve. It was an extremely challenging phase for my father, who had to manage his work, take care of two young children, and look after my mother with some help from my maternal grandparents. Within a month of the procedure, it became clear that the surgery had not been successful. There was no improvement in my mother's health, and she returned to her suffering, continuing on various medications. This was the time when she needed strength, solace, and inner diversion. And Swami entered our lives at exactly the right moment. Over the following year, she continued attending regular bhajans and spiritual activities at nearby centers. Our main samiti was in Ulhasnagar, a suburb of Mumbai. In 1976, when Swami visited Ulhasnagar, my mother was given the opportunity to sing a bhajan. However, an unexpectedly large crowd had gathered, making it difficult to manage the situation. Swami had to be ushered out from backstage just as my mother was about to sing. She was deeply disappointed that Swami had left the stage. Yet, she completed the bhajan with full devotion and surrender. As she concluded her rendering, to her astonishment and to the surprise of everyone present, the harmonium was found filled with vibhuti, a silent yet powerful acknowledgement of Swami's blessings. Later, my mother was asked to train as a Balvikas teacher. She was guided by a deeply devoted lady whose family had experienced many of Swami's miracles. Their association played a significant role in strengthening and shaping our family's faith in Swami. With Bhagwan's divine grace, my parents visited Parthi and Brindavan in 1977 and were blessed by Swami. At Brindavan, during darshan, Swami came to the lady's side, looked towards my mother, and gently asked her, "Eppo vandachu?" meaning, "When did you come?" in Tamil. Before she could respond, he moved ahead. Later, as my parents were leaving the gates of Brindavan, Swami's car passed by. As it neared them, Swami lowered the window and blessed them with his Abhaya Hastam, both his hands raised in blessing. My mother took this as an indication from Swami to begin Balvikas classes at our home in Mumbai. And with his immense grace, on his birthday, 23rd November 1977, the very first Balvikas class was conducted in our home, with my brother and me as the first students. Balvikas became my mother's lifeline. She continued conducting these classes for the next 18 years, right until her last breath. In the coming episodes, I will share how my mother, as a Balvikas guru, touched the lives of many children and brought about lasting transformation in them. Now, as I continue sharing about our physical darshans of Swami from 1977 onwards, I would want all to know, from then until his Mahasamadhi in 2011, our family was not blessed with much physical proximity. No sambhashan or padanamaskaram, except on very rare occasions, especially for my mother and me. My brother, who studied in Swami's Institute, was blessed with a couple of interviews and some interactions. My father, who served at the Prashantinilayam ashram, received a few coveted padanamaskaram and an occasional sambhashan. Yet, Swami has been the head of our family from then until this day. He did not feel the need to to grant us constant physical closeness, but He did everything for us. He guided us, protected us, and carried us through life in ways we understood only much later. And He continues to do so even today. I listened to the beautiful experiences shared by many devotees and students who were blessed with Swami's physical proximity, and I am filled with awe. It truly is a divine blessing. But somewhere along the way, I also realized that Swami was preparing our family differently, to experience Him beyond the physical form, to see Him where we are, and to feel His omnipresence. This sharing is especially for those devotees who feel they never saw Swami physically or received His darshan, sparshan or sambhashan, and for those who limit Him only to the physical body, miracles or acts of philanthropy. Swami is far beyond all this. He is beyond the comprehension of the limited human mind. It is impossible to fully know Him or put His glory into words. To all such devotees and seekers, I say this from my experience. If your faith and trust in Him are complete, know that He is always with you. He has never left. As I continue to share our family's journey, you will see how the omnipresent universal Sai walks with us every moment, guiding and protecting us. Offering the third episode of Premaarpanam, my journey from Sai to Sai at the Divine Lotus feet. Jai Sai Ram.